All right. Welcome back to another episode of the Surviving Gingers podcast. Probably noticed that we've been MIA the past couple of weeks. Not for fun reasons, not for anything good. Zoe was sick, and then you got sick.
Yeah. Last week was a bad week, friends. Oof.
And then the week before that, Zoe
Yeah.
was out of commission. She went on her first field trip, and then apparently there was some sick children on the bus.
That the parents allowed.
Oh my gosh, don't even get me started. Anyway, so then she went downhill lickety split Wednesday afternoon.
Yeah.
And then was sick up until Sunday. She was a mess. And then we went out and had a fun day out in the sun Sunday. Sunday night, you fell off the wagon.
Yeah, I got super sick. We thought it was heat stroke, but it went way longer than what heat stroke should have been.
Yeah, there was no recovery time for you.
I think it was norovirus. That's what I think it was.
But everybody would have caught it because noro is so contagious.
I know that's what's going around. What was it then?
I don't know.
Because I was sick. It was what, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I went to work for an hour and then came home because I just felt awful. And then was it Tuesday that I was kind of a little better?
No. Okay, so Sunday we went out to the hangar.
Yeah.
So Sunday night is when you fell off and were up all night. Monday you stayed home in bed all day. Tuesday was the day you tried, or was it Wednesday you tried?
It was Tuesday because I woke up fine, and then I tried, and it was it was an hour and a half in, and I was like, I gotta go home. I told my boss, I was like, I gotta go, man. I can't. And then I came home and I think I slept for most of the day because I just felt sick again.
Yeah.
And then Wednesday I relapsed. Wednesday I was super sick again.
Yeah. And then you felt better Thursday
Until about 12 o'clock when I was stupid. I went to Tim Hortons and got what I really wanted. I wanted a fruit smoothie, and the building I'm in, I thought they had a booster juice or something.
I looked. There is not one booster juice in the downtown core.
So wild, because you'd think people would be all for that. I don't get that. I walked around all over the place. Yeah, I went everywhere to try and find something. No, what was the other booster juice? It wasn't booster juice. It was Jugo juice. Thank you. That's the one I thought I saw. Yeah. So I thought I saw that, and I really wanted one. There was nothing around, so the only thing that was similar was Tim Hortons, because they make those smoothies. So I went in, I was like, do you make smoothies like this? Because oh, I hate this. They have these stupid new digital screens at Tim Hortons, right? And they have an advertisement. So there's all three screens are the menu, right? But then they have an advertisement that flashes across all three screens, and it's quick. So if you're trying to scour the menu I was trying to look for fruit smoothies, and all of a sudden it's the smile cookie thing, and a cookie kind of dunks down and rolls across the screen, and I'm watching it, and all of a sudden the cookie goes across, and then it's because it's for the smile cookies, so $1.50 goes to fundraising kids or whatever, and it's I'm watching this thing, and it does this ad for a little bit. I'm well, I gotta wait for the menu to come back. Menu pops back up, but it's not the fruit smoothie menu, it's the donut menu. I was I know what they got. There's a glass case that shows where the donuts are. I know what donuts they are. What? So then it comes back up, and I'm scanning quickly. I'm okay, here it goes. Freaking cookie rolls across again, and I'm you know what? I just go up to the front because I'm called, right? I go up to the front, and I was do you have fruit smoothies? And they're oh, I don't know. They go to the back, and they ask the coworker asks another coworker.
They don't know.
No idea. So I'm pretty sure there was a strawberry banana one, which I'm that would taste pretty good. She comes back and she's we don't have fruit smoothies, but we can do a strawberry thing for you. And in my brain is don't do it, man. Stupid decision. And I'm My brain's not connected to my mouth because I'm like, yes. She goes away, comes back, and it's like this frothy. I don't even know what it was. It wasn't. It was like milk. It was almost like strawberry milk that they just frothed up. So that's why I drank it, and it was good. And then it killed me. Like, remember, I like came home and I was dying. I had to like lay on the bed.
Is it like when we have DQ and DQ is gastronomically
That's like
redundant?
literally what it did. It was just, it felt like it was trying to push it
like,
out of my stomach, and it couldn't.
DQ makes me wonder if I'm lactose intolerant because it just it blows through me like a bullet bill. And whatever like expired milk they used in your that's we can make you a milkshake. Oh, and then Zoe got a cold.
Yeah.
It's been a week. But you've recovered. You've since recovered, and now after like not eating for like a whole week, your appetite is absolutely fucking insatiable.
Anything and everything.
Like, yeah. I can't keep you full. It's ridiculous.
Before you came down when you were putting the kids to bed, I'm like throwing chips down my gullet. I'm like, I found candy. There's like, remember when we went to Bulk Barn?
Oh, you love expired candy too.
Stale. It was like stale cherry like gummies. Oh, throwing those down my gullet.
For somebody who's so worried about his teeth.
I know.
You eating shitty,
I'm very careful.
stepped on gummies.
I'm like, I kind of like suck it a little bit and then and then chew.
That's what she said.
No.
But not the chew part.
No.
So then what else happened this week? I went for my 22-week checkup at the midwife. It was a physical, so that was fun. Baby's healthy. If you've noticed on our socials, it is, in fact, another baby girl. Okay, to be fair, Julian comes from a line of a boatload of women.
Yeah.
He has 3 aunts. One of his aunts has 4 girls. It's... What's the opposite of a sausage fest?
A taco party.
Sad. The worst. Anyway, so we're not terribly surprised that it's another girl. By no means are we upset that we are not having a boy. Everett even said, it's okay, Reagan's really fun to play with. I'm okay being the only boy. So, kudos for Everett.
Yeah.
He is, for whatever reason, the most logical of the children.
It's true. Yep.
And we heard yesterday that 1 and 3 are the same, and then 2 and 4 are likely going to be the same. So we'll put that to the test next year, probably. Yeah. Because I'm sure she'll give us a run for our money.
Right.
Yeah. Active baby, kicks all the time. Fun fact, I have an anterior placenta, meaning it is across the top of my belly. So any kicks I have to count, if you're women, you know that you have to count 6 kicks in 2 hours or whatever it is. I get to count the ones that are in my butthole. Because those are the ones I feel. Every once in a while, I'll get a little pop here and there on the side, and then pow! She'll Rocky Balboa my ass. So, all good things.
All good things.
All good things. This pregnancy feels like it is dragging.
Yeah.
I'm 23 weeks officially today. 17 weeks to go. Now I know, like, I say that and I don't want to wish time away, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to wish the pregnancy away, and then life will just get harder when there's actually like 4 humans to take care of. But this sucks. This sucks. I'm just going to say it. I'm tired. I'm tired of being pregnant. And like, but then the alternative is giving birth, and like Reagan put me off that. Full stop.
True. Yeah.
So then the conversation, because I had a new midwife take over because my midwife is on holiday, I think. I was confused. So I was supposed to go Tuesday and I went Friday. They phoned me Monday and said that I had to move my appointment from Tuesday to Friday because my midwife was sick. And then they said a midwife's name, and I was like, that's not my fucking midwife. What the fuck do I care if she's sick or not? Bye! Anyway, so then when I went in, I was like, oh, I'm here for Kimberly. They're like, oh, you're seeing Erin. I was like, oh, that bitch is real.
Oh, she's real.
I was like, sure, fine, whatever. And then when I was leaving, she was like, oh, I'll see you in 5 weeks. And I was like, I don't even know you, though.
I don't even know you.
And fun fact, I got a physical, remember, rewind to that part of the story. I got a physical. This woman felt my boobies for lumps. And she's fun because she talks through it.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So she's up here. And she was talking about structure or whatever, like it's all what it's supposed to be like. And I was like, an empty. So empty. At a point. Oh. I'm pretty sure that Kimberly told me that she wasn't going to be here.
Oh, I was going to say, like, what happened to your midwife?
I can't remember.
Oh.
I can't remember.
She quit?
No, it's her. She's the midwife of the establishment.
Yeah, okay.
She's not
the midwife.
Yeah. Okay, so she's not full time like the other midwives. She's cash.
She's cash. Cool.
She pops in.
Yep.
And I mean, shit. In the beginning, you only see your midwife like once in a blue moon.
It's true, yeah.
So if she told me she was going to be gone, I don't remember that. So anyway, this new midwife was interesting, but everything's healthy. I'm great on paper. Even she was like, wow, you're really healthy. And I'll tell my body that. I don't feel it. I feel like trash.
Right.
And then you hate that people say that about me. Because I don't exercise. To be fair, I don't eat like shit pregnant.
It's true.
Eat to survive.
It's true, yeah.
I literally have like a handful of anything.
Yeah.
It's all in moderation. But on paper, I look great.
Yeah, it's true.
And obviously, I don't look great, but on paper, I'm great.
Yeah, paper.
So, that is the update.
Yep.
Everything's good. Everything's moving forward. Everything is slow as balls. Just counting down until Labor Day weekend.
Is that?
September 4th.
Okay.
Is the due date, which I believe is Labor Day.
Sweet.
The day before school starts.
Oh, maybe you'll be in labor on Labor Day. How fun would that be? That's fun.
Oh, pun intended.
It's like a pun.
What a fun little pun.
What a fun pun.
Fun pun. But she talked about epidural.
Okay. Do you know?
I don't know.
Do you know what you're going to do yet? No.
I don't know. And then she also talked about, what's that other shit? The glucose test. So
Yeah,
I have
you
some
weren't gonna do
decisions
that.
to
Yeah.
make in the next few weeks because I got to do that pretty soon.
It's true.
But to loop around, that was the moral of my story was shit I had to think about in the next couple of weeks because I'm 23 weeks.
Right.
So
Well, you don't have to make a decision of epidural until you're in the moment, right? Or
yeah.
do you want to have that prepared?
I don't know. I don't plan, especially for labor, because it never goes according. Like,
True.
Let's go back to when we were pregnant with Zoe, and people are like, oh, do you have a birth plan? I was like, give birth.
Yeah.
Like the OB, oh, do you have a birth plan? I give birth.
Yep.
I have baby.
Yeah,
Whatever happens between then and then is up to my body. I can't make the...
Yeah.
It's like in that movie, What to Expect When You're Expecting, and then that actress, I can't remember her name. We all know who it is. Elizabeth.
Catherine Heigl?
No, that's Knocked Up. She's annoying. Apparently she's not annoying, but I don't like her in that movie.
Oh,
but no, yeah, she had
I
a
know you're
birth
talking
plan.
about.
She had a
Never
birth
mind.
plan.
Yep.
Yeah. But yes, the same premise is that she had a birth plan and then was upset about the birth plan.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with a birth plan, especially for first-time moms, if that makes you feel better. That is one thing that I want to reiterate on this podcast, is that I am by no means a baseline to follow. Don't follow me. Don't do what I do. I'm stupid. I just fly by the seat of my pants and hope shit works out.
Should we have like that, you know, in like Jackass, when like
a disclaimer?
Yeah, before Jackass starts up, like these stunts are performed by professionals. Should it be like,
are they professionals? Or are they just because they're paid?
They're deemed professionals now.
Are they just because they're paid to be dumb? They're professionals. Anyway, yeah, exactly. I by no means am. I am the exception, not the rule. Don't fall. If whatever works for you, works for you.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about that in this podcast, because everything, and I think we've talked about it in previous episodes, where I've said that people have asked me motherly advice, and I go like, I don't fucking know. You're different than I am.
Yeah.
Our kids are different. We're in the same boat, but like on different sides, and like I'm on an iceberg and you're probably not. Or you have a different iceberg. I don't know.
Yeah.
So,
yep.
Birth plans, absolutely nothing wrong with them, and they might go swimmingly. My birth plan was just to have the baby.
Mm-hmm.
And see where life took me. And it was the best one. And then everything after that fell off the rails, because Everett decided to not come out properly.
Yeah.
And then he ruined the road work, and then Reagan came out jagged.
Yep.
I don't know. I'm hoping the anterior placenta
pushes it, the way it's supposed to go. Yeah.
Gives this little gal an incentive to go, I'm out of here.
This thing's been on my face forever.
Yeah, it's not comfy in here. Because that's how Reagan was OP the whole time. Like, the whole pregnancy, it was just asses and elbows. And then, when I was in labor, she went from being properly head down, face down.
Mm.
And then she turned around because she was a pain in the ass.
It's true, yeah.
Which is total factual life for her now. Which brings us to our next topic. Parenthood and the hardest stages.
Yep.
Because everybody says that newborn is the hardest stage.
Do a lot of people say that?
I don't know if a lot of people say that. I think people who say that to first-time moms scare them.
It's true, yeah. Because if it's your first kid. I remember newborn stage was really hard for us, because like you don't know how to like hold it. You're always like worried you're gonna drop it.
You looked really, you were really
I hated
nervous.
it. I always thought it was like just this little baby. I thought I was gonna like break it if I like held it wrong or like picked it up weird, because they're always like, oh, hold its neck and do all this stuff. And I was always like just holding its neck the whole time. Like,
I remember that.
Hated that.
It looked like you were gonna break her all the time.
And then the third kid, you're just like picking it up by its skull and like dropping it places, like like a claw machine.
Reagan's head is big. You probably could do that.
These tiny mitts? What are you talking about?
It's fact. Again, totally different for everybody. For me, the newborn stage is utter bliss.
Yeah.
Mostly because I hate my life for the first 10 this is shit for most of my year. For all of a year, I hate my life. Then when the baby comes out, it's here and it's mushy and it snuggles and it sleeps all day. They call it the 4th trimester. Utter bliss. Sign me up. If I didn't have to deliver babies or carry them, I would have all the babies. But I know that's not for everybody. A lot of people have a hard time. Now, this one might throw us for a loop, right?
Don't. Don't put that out there.
I don't know.
Don't say that. Knock on wood.
Our odds are against us now.
Yeah, I know.
The odds are not in our favor. That actress's name is going to really piss me off now.
It's like right on the tip of my tongue,
because I just quoted
She's
her.
She's blonde, yeah.
Is it Elizabeth?
Yep, Elizabeth.
Anyway,
Banks. Elizabeth Banks.
Well done.
You're welcome.
Well done. Kudos to Julian. But it's because now I don't remember, was Zoe that great? I don't remember now. I think because we put a lot of the internet training into Zoe, and now look at her. So don't follow anything or everything you read on the internet.
Well, remember that book they gave us too? Like Alberta Health gives you like that like massive like dictionary. It's like 1,000 pages of like, yeah, it really goes like from newborn all the way to like I think 5 or 6 whenever toddler ends. It's like the newborn stage is like half the book. Remember we were like looking through that and we're like, this says this, and then we Google search something, we're like, Google search says something different. Meanwhile, so he's screaming in the background. We're like, I don't know.
Well, it was always those sleep regressions, man. So like the 4th trimester is fantastic until the 4-month sleep regression.
Yeah.
So like nobody tells you about that.
Nope.
How many mums did we have around before Zoe was born?
I know.
And never once mentioned
nobody
the 4-month sleep regression. Oh, they sleep great and then turn to shite.
I know. No one even talked about it. Like, I don't even remember anyone ever saying anything about sleep regressions, like, before the kid, before Zoe was born. Like, no one ever said anything about it. And while we were in it, no one ever said anything about it. And then I don't even know what we Googled. It was like, kid can't sleep. And it was like, sleep regressions. Here's when all the sleep regressions happen. We're looking at this daunting list, and we're like, what the fuck?
We were right in the middle of it.
Who the fuck thought that's a good idea?
And the 4-month sleep regression is the one that, like, there's no training. They just have to learn for themselves. And you're like, oh, you just have to get through it. It's kind of a reason why not to have children.
It's true. Ah, it's worth it.
Eventually.
Once you get through it.
18 months later. With Reagan, if you're Reagan.
Yeah, right. Yeah, she sleeps like a little log, but...
Okay, so now we'll go through the hardest stage per kid. Okay, so Zoe had the hardest after newborn stage. Because I think even before that, she slept okay.
Yeah.
We co-sleep. Don't come at me. She sleeps in all the babies have slept in our room. Reagan slept the longest in our room, up from 6 months and up. We keep them in our room. Just so we're not running up and down. I'm not running up and down the stairs feeding every night. It's
true, yeah.
They're right there. Pop in and out. Boom.
Yep.
Back to sleep, boom.
Yep.
So I think that's part of why I like the newborn stage.
Mm-hmm.
Everett was the same way. Then we put them in a swing, Zoe and Everett.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Thing's just collecting dust in the basement.
Well, because now it makes a terrible noise when it runs. We have to buy a new one.
It's true. That motor was burning out.
Zoe ruined it.
Because we used to put her on... Whatever the highest level was, we had to put her on the highest level. She was like in a carnival. She was like swinging back and forth.
My favorite thing was during a sleep regression, she would be dead asleep. And then I would look and she'd be wide awake. And I'd be like, oh! Scared the shit out of me.
Yeah.
It was so annoying.
That's great.
Okay, so then Everett ruined us because he was an amazing sleeper. But
see, the funny thing is, though, is it being a boy? Because remember, we've talked about this before, because you used to have a day home. This is like when Zoe was, how old was Zoe? 2, and you tried to do a day home, and you had these 2 twins that were around the same age, or were they
were
younger?
About 10 months older than Zoe.
Okay. But they were both boys, and you used to put them down for a nap.
They were great sleepers.
And they would sleep great, and they were like, it was like
hard
they were zoned out.
Yeah.
like for like 20 minutes after. Like they would sit on the step.
I know.
They had no idea where they were. They were grumpy.
I felt bad for them because they looked like they had been stepped into a Twilight Zone.
Exactly. And then so Reagan and Zoe, I mean Reagan has a hard time waking up sometimes, but like it's nowhere near Everett. Like if Everett wakes up kind of sporadically or like he's not ready to wake up, he wakes up exactly like those twins were. And I'm always like, is it like a boy thing? Like, I mean,
okay,
we won't know
so
because we're not having another boy.
Yeah. Well, let's take it to like the scientific where you got your wisdom teeth out. And I think somebody said that boys wake up hard.
Yeah, I was ripping IVs out like I was Wolverine getting his adamantium. I was like, just
the manliest comparison.
You know it.
Whereas I just woke up peacefully.
Yeah.
Anytime I've been under anesthesia, I've just woken up. Like waking up from anything. So that could be a thing where boys have a hard time waking up.
Maybe.
But we'll never know. He was a great newborn. Mm-hmm. The only thing that sucked about that boy was he would wake up at like 4:45 to play with fucking Thomas the Train. And if you know those motorized trains that have little batteries in them that you just turn on and they just run the track without any movement, and then all you'd hear is oh my god, for hours on end that boy would play.
I think trains. I don't know.
That was
were we
around
on TikTok
2 or
at that
3.
point, or was it?
No, it was Instagram.
I think we were doing like YouTube videos. I think there's a YouTube video somewhere out there where it's like I'm making fun of him because it was like not making fun of him, but like making fun of like the sound of the trains because it was like first thing in the morning. I think it was like a 4 or 5 a.m. and I was doing like a YouTube video with us, and it was like he's just sitting there playing with his trains, and it's just that's all he hears the sound.
Yeah, loved that shit. And he just watched them for hours. And then he would leave them on, like, all day. Yeah. And I'd be like, bro, turn your trains off, because I can't handle it.
Remember how much money we spent in batteries? We were going to the dollar store. We were buying, like,
10 packages. Trains.
We were buying 10 packages at a time.
Yeah. Yep. The AAAs and shit. Oh, my God.
It's insane.
So he had a... But granted, he's still a great sleeper.
It's true. Yeah.
We never slept. He went to bed on his own. He was a great fall sleeper. So we've yet to hit. He was great. We didn't have a terrible 2. There was no terrific 3s. They're fucking 4 though. He's a fucking 4-year-old. He used to be so helpful and so like ready, just full of fucking gumption to do shit, and now he's lazy.
Yeah.
now why do I have to do that? And I was like, there it is.
He's extremely lazy now. It's
why
so
do I
annoying.
have to do that? So 4 for him blows.
Yeah.
Right now. And then 7 for Zoe blows because she's a bully.
Oh, I know.
To her brother. But that's to be expected.
Oh, yeah, she's in school. She's picking up on stuff.
And then Reagan sucked at 15 months.
That's true, yeah.
So, to reiterate, all the stages of parenthood suck.
Yeah.
Because then everybody will jump down your gullet and say, like, wait until they're teenagers.
Yeah, I was going to say, because I was thinking about that while we were talking about this. Like, what was that one video? There was that one video.
It was a tweet we put out back when we actually posted on Twitter, where I said, I was in the bath, and I heard the narcissistic tendencies of the 7-year-old. I can't remember what it was even about. And I said, anybody who says the newborn stage is hard hasn't come across a 7-year-old with narcissistic tendencies.
Right.
And everybody jumped up my ass.
Because we made it into
saying,
a video.
Wait until she's a teenager. Wait until you have a teenage daughter. I fucking know. I was a teenage daughter. I know. And we have 2 teenagers in the family.
Yeah.
They're terrible. But they're not my problem right now.
Yep.
And like Zoe is technically acting like a teenager. She just doesn't have the power to really fight the man right now. But she'll put in the work.
Yep. It's true. She's right close to that.
And like, yeah, I know. And that's what I'm like. Every stage of parenthood, no matter what stage, if you're having a hard time with your newborn, that parenthood stage sucks. Fucking 18-month-old sleep regression, because that shit is fucking otherworldly. That stage of parenthood blows a bag of dicks. 4-year-olds, because especially if they've been great up until that point, and then they drop that bag of shit on you where they're like, now I'm 4. That stage of parenthood fucking blows.
Now I'm 4.
Yeah. Now I'm lazy and I sleep I just nap sporadically on the couch. And you're like, what the fuck have you done all day?
It's true. So like, so every stage sucks then. It's just, it's debatable, or it's comparable of where you're at in your life. So,
and if you have if you have one at every stage, the easiest part is pregnancy, because at least they're inside. But it's then, God forbid, you have that hyperemesis or whatever it is, where it's severe morning sickness where you cannot stop throwing up. Luckily, I haven't had that. You're just uncomfortable. But I have a pros and cons list I'm working on. So follow Instagram and TikTok for that, on how I deal with pregnancy and what's going on in my pregnancy. Because again, everybody's different. Every child's different. Remember Zoe at 18 months? She was immaculate. We went to Disneyland.
It's true, yeah.
She napped hard everywhere.
Yeah.
She hated to sleep in the
same.
She couldn't bed share. She had to sleep in her own bed. And that is still true to this day. That kid hates to bed share.
It's true. We tried, like, even when she was sick.
Yeah.
We're like, come down to our bed and just, like, hang out with us.
And then she won't shut the fuck up. She'll talk all night.
Yeah.
So don't do that.
Oh my God. It was so bad.
But then Everett, he would wake up in the morning and just come climb into bed with us.
It's true, yeah.
So he was a great 18-month-old. It was Reagan who sucks.
Yeah.
But now she's... Oh my God, I can't knock on wood hard enough for that girl. She's finally into a place where we've got her onto a solid routine.
It's true, yeah.
I finally broke the code on Reagan. But yeah, there's just... You gotta fuck around and find out.
Exactly.
That's parenthood.
That's exactly it.
That is the surviving ginger's motto. Is fuck around and find out. We have house rules now.
We're gonna make a.
I can't even remember them now.
Well, we only have like 3, but there's more.
Oh my God,
we gotta think about them. We're gonna make a sign for sure. We're gonna make a sign.
Can it be my Christmas present?
Okay.
Does it have to be 10? Like,
what was the other one? It was like, would you risk wearing Crocs to a park with rocks? Because it was Zoe who did that all the time. She'd always have Crocs, and she'd go to a park with rocks, and
be pissed.
They're like 20 seconds into walking across the rocks, just and she's sitting down, dumping out her rocks, and she's like this.
And whose fault was it?
Us. Why would you put Crocs on me?
To be fair, we could have just brought spares.
Yeah, that's true, but.
Yeah, the fuck you gonna do?
Sink and swim.
Yeah, fuck around and find out.
Exactly, fuck around and find out.
What was the second one? Stupid games get stupid prizes or something like that?
Yeah, it's on my phone's.
And then the
there.
fuck around and
find
out.
I have the list.
We obviously didn't come up with that. That's a...
No.
But...
Smart motherfucker made that one up.
Yeah.
The more you fuck around, the more you're gonna find out.
That's parenthood, man. Yeah. That's parenthood, baby.
That's true. Yeah.
Fuck around and find out. You will find out what works for you, and you will find out what doesn't. And every kid is different. So, like, I've seen a lot of things on TikTok lately where, like, the first kid makes you want to have a second one because they're great.
Okay.
Like, you got it all. I don't know. We didn't have that. Zoe was up in the air, and we kind of screwed her up big time. But
yeah,
the first one is supposed to make you have a second one, and then the second one is supposed to make you ponder having a third one. Like, and when I say ponder, I mean like, oh my God, I'm not having a third one. But like Everett was.
Yeah, he made us want to have a third one because he was so good.
Yeah.
Weird.
And then Reagan. She's just too cute.
Yeah.
She's a pain in the ass.
She's a pain in the ass.
Stage 5 clinger.
Yeah. If this was an accident, we probably would have stopped at 3.
If this wasn't an accident?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, of my 3 pregnancies, of my 3 girl pregnancies now, this is my easiest one.
That's true. You're usually pretty, like...
I don't know what's different. Like, and that's just... That goes to show you that, like, every time is different. No matter how many times you're pregnant, no matter how many kids you have, everything is different. Even if you could have had 4 girls, and they all would have been different.
It's true, yeah.
I would say that, maybe, because, like, you see a lot of those on TikTok, too, right? Where it's like, we were told it's a girl, and then it came out a boy. But, like, when we were at the last ultrasound, because I had to go to 2 detailed ultrasounds, she went in between, and nope, it was the Holy Trinity. And I was like, oh, yep, no denying that. That's not a Clerks.
Oh, yeah.
It's not a goodbye horses moment.
Goodbye horses.
Don't Google it. Don't Google it. It's terrible.
Google it.
No, it's terrible.
What a great movie. Clerks 2.
Oh, is that what? Yeah, because Clerks was in black and white.
Yeah.
Yeah, Clerks 2. Oh my god, I'm seeing it. Kill me.
Oh, it's a funny show.
But I had a bad dream about Julian the other night. To close out on the conversation, to finish the podcast on a high note.
On a high note. That's not a high note.
Pregnant bitches dream crazy, right? I had a dream that Julian, and we'd watched a murder show, because now I'm into, like, fucking crime again.
Yeah, and you sucked me into it, because I'm like, oh yeah, it was like the 80s, the deadliest decade.
Yeah,
like,
but now it's the 1990s we're on.
But then it says the same thing. That bothered me a little last night, because it's like the 1990s, the deadliest decade. I was like, well, which one is the deadliest decade then? Huh? You can't just put...
Well, the 1980s had 2 seasons, and the 1990s only have 1.
Oh, so it is the 80s was the deadliest decade. False,
who knows?
False advertising.
Maybe they just haven't made season 2. Anyway. The person decided that they wanted to see other people or whatever. Twice. So then I had a dream, naturally, that Julian decided that he wanted to see other people because we've been together since we were 19, so you wanted to go sow your wild oats or whatever. And then your response was, when I told you in the morning, was... Oh, good, you don't even remember.
I don't have time for that?
Wow.
Isn't that what I said?
That's your only reason to not have an affair?
Oh my god.
I think we need to revisit this conversation. Yeah. That was your only reason?
I don't know, what did I say?
Not that the chaos in which is not dating, A, in this
that's
day
true,
and age,
yeah.
and B, being surrounded by your children.
Well, because, like, we...
And me, of course. But...
Because when we started dating, like, we didn't have...
It was the beginning of Plenty of Fish.
We didn't have apps like that.
And Tinder and shit.
Like, when...
Remember Plenty of Fish? Remember the shabacle that came out of Plenty of Fish?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck that bitch. Anyway.
Forgot about her. We didn't have stuff like that. Like, dating in our generation was...
Who you knew.
It was either who you knew, or you just go to a bar and you find people, right? Or go to a club. But it's like, now there's always...
Yeah, remember that one guy came up to me and was like, you even out numbers? And I was like... in my head, I was like, am I... like, multiple times? Like, I'm Is it Russian roulette? This is a terrible game. No wonder. What?
Giving out numbers.
Yeah. Yeah. I got
2.
I got a.
Guys, like,
I got a
thanks,
pocket
man.
full of numbers, bro. Like.
You're single digits.
Yeah, it's a very exclusive number. You can have 2 of them.
Area code is fuck off.
You can have 2 of them.
2 of them. The best part was that he asked you on your way, this is the Back Alley nightclub in Calgary, which is a trash. Well, it might be okay now because they redid it. Some new owners bought it. I
guess we'll never know. I'm not going back there.
I'm not going there either. The only place I liked, the only reason I liked that place was because they played rock. Mm-hmm. Everything else was like electronica, dancing with like glow sticks and shit.
Yeah.
God, I hate the club scene.
I hated that shit.
Anyway, you're on your way to the bathroom, and that's when he stopped you, wasn't it?
I don't remember.
Oh.
He was like this big. And he asked me for my number. And I was, are you giving out numbers? Plural. No. No, thank you.
Awesome. So, yeah, now they got these like dating apps and stuff, and we were never a part of that, so.
Yeah. But I like how that's your reason. I don't have time for that shit.
I don't have time for that shit. I'm pretty sure I said that at some point.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Yeah, okay.
Not, I don't need that shit, baby. And then you proceeded when I was like, wow. You proceeded to say, but I like this more. So even,
I don't have time for that shit.
Moral of the story is, even when ages 7 through 1 blow,
yeah,
you won't go find another hoe.
Oh my god.
Family rule.
Let's put that in. Let's jot that down. Yeah.
No, let's not jot that down.
All right.
So we'll just see how this baby works out. I just want her here, man. I'm tired of it.
I know.
But then by then it'd be the end of summer, and I don't want to wish the summer away. Although I kind of do want to wish the summer away because I fucking hate summer. I want fall. I want fall so bad. So he was talking about Halloween. I was like, yeah, bitch, get it.
Yeah,
Get it. Oops. How should we end it today, dear? With a reminder that we are not professionals.
I was going to look it up when I came down here. I was going to look up, how do you end a podcast? And I didn't.
We still don't know how to, like, be favorited or whatever it is on podcast streaming devices.
Just like us. Leave a review on
download?
Apple. Oh.
Is it the download?
No, you can download. There's people that, you download, I guess.
Listen to us anywhere, everywhere.
Download. Yep.
Hopefully,
tell your friends.
Julian will have a better editing situation because that's part of the reason why some of our episodes have taken longer than usual.
Yeah.
He is in charge of editing. He's so thrilled about it.
I enjoy the editing process. It's that our laptop, it's not good. It's an old laptop. I bought it when I was doing sales, and it was meant like literally for like Excel spreadsheets, like work, like bare minimum work. And then we started doing YouTube editing on it, and like it was okay. Like we had DaVinci and Adobe at one point. It just doesn't have the space or the RAM on it, and it's
for our videos,
it's super,
for our fancy
super
phones.
Slow. Yeah, it's really hard to edit. So now I'm editing from the phone, and it's a lot of work cutting.
He's gonna try something else
and pasting. I'm gonna try something different, but it's
so hopefully we can get these out on time on the weekends every Sunday.
Yeah. So
tune in.
Yeah, Sundays. Yep.
Download whatever it is you do to podcasts.
Yeah. If you're into podcasts, you do exactly what you need to do on this podcast.
Yes. Whatever you do to podcasts that you enjoy listening to and would like to listen to further at later dates, do that.
Do that.
And then make sure you head on over to TikTok and Instagram and follow us.
Yep.
For more daily garbage.
Yeah.
Just kidding. For more daily adventures. I'm going to try and do more on like my everyday pregnancy, everyday life with the 3 kids. Now Everett's in soccer.
Yeah.
Then Zoe's going to start soccer. Maybe, potentially. I don't know. She's kind of up in the air on that one. And then just the fatter I get, the more pregnant I get, which are two different things. Yeah, so head on over to TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Follow surviving_gingers. And yeah, we will talk to you guys next week. Thanks for joining.